Hello, good afternoon. This is Fixvirus, the Fixvirus Show. Um, Let me start some music up for you. I know you're really wanting this Simona Petra music. That's what I want. Anyway, okay. Anyway, there it is. It starts with that. The nice uh, music of the forest, and then we get to the nice morning. In the morning, at the monasteries, they start with the banging of the cymbals and the drums, and that's what makes it fun. And that's why I want to start my stuff to start with the banging of the cymbals. So okay, okay, let's get going here. All right, so we got the RCE. Why are RCE vulnerabilities dangerous? That was my blog post last week. So I wanted to show you that RCE is remote code execution. So remote code means it's somewhere outside of your machine on the network, so which means usually on the internet. So if your machine is exposed on the internet, it is especially dangerous because you can be attacked from anywhere in the world. I mean, everybody can agree to that, right? Okay. So let's talk about remote code execution. So if somebody on the internet somewhere knows that you're operational, you have a web server. That's what Apache Tomcat does. It's a web server. So there was a threat alert in 2019 for Apache Tomcat. If you see that on my website, and as well right here, I'm just pointing it out. It's from the nsfocusglobal.com page. So once you know that, and you know that it could have an RCE code execution, well, then what can happen? Well, the hackers develop these. We'll call them worms because they'll multiply just like a worm does, and it does it kind of on its own. Because what happens when you cut a worm up? It'll still operate. It'll still work, even though it's half a worm. And in fact, it's almost like multiplying itself. So that's why people call these things worms. So a remote code execution software by a hacker, what it does is it finds websites with Apache Tomcat, for example. Then it tries to infect and insert itself into a computer with Apache Tomcat. So because there's remote code execution, it does a specific function to it. So on a normal machine, you would be asking a web server, your browser would be asking the web server, hey, send me your page. First it would say hello, and then it would respond hello, and then it would make a better connection. And then once the connection is there, it would say, get the page. Then the page would be sent to the client. Your browser would get the page, and the browser would then create the image of the page. That's how internet connections work. So instead of sending the page, an RCE vulnerability allows the hacker to send some kind of command that would allow the hacker to get access to your computer. So now all of a sudden, your computer is vulnerable. So the hacker infects and inserts attack software in your computer. So now what? So once that happens, the hacker does a few more things and it connects its software back to its command system. That's called the command and control system. So now the hacker can control the computers and hundreds of them. So in the meantime, it replicates itself and tries to find other systems to infect. So in other words, this is the thing with worms. They're like automated. It tries to find a website, it infects and attacks computers, and then it connects back to the command system while also replicating itself. And again, this all happens over and over again. So pretty soon, the hacker has 1,000 computers to command. So what will the hacker do with your machine? Well, it depends. There's this new thing called mining for different coins, blockchain coins that maybe not Bitcoin, but there are other coins that are easier to mine. Because Bitcoin is kind of hard to mine. It would take up a lot of the resources, and you might notice that this is going on. The whole point is the hacker is going to try to do something that you won't notice. You won't notice what's happening. So in the meantime, you think you're operating, you're doing everything you normally do. In the meantime, the hacker is in there using up your resources, slowing down your machine. So if they attack strong enough, then you'll notice. But if they don't, you won't notice, and they'll just be in there doing their thing. So then the other thing that they do is they sell the access to your computer to other hackers. They got these little darknet websites that they sell the access to. And so then what happens there? Well, somebody might want to buy the access for their own reasons. So some hackers try to install ransomware. So now they have 1,000 computers, and some of them are Linux, some are Windows, whatever they are. And the hacker might say, well, I want 100 Windows computers. I'm willing to buy them for, $200. So the ransomware hacker buys them because he's not good at hacking computers and getting control of them. He's good at developing ransomware. So now the hackers have developed this little infrastructure where they can use their specialties into making more money in the long run. It's all about making money. So now the hacker is going to install ransomware, and now your machine, now you won't be able to use your machine. Now you know that they're on your machine. By then, it's too late. This is why you have to constantly look to see if you have vulnerabilities on your machine. There's methods to do that. So that's what you need to contact me for. I can help you with that. So that's it. That's all there is about this RCE vulnerabilities, and that's why the RCE vulnerabilities are dangerous. Hackers use up your machine. You might not even notice for months, and then all of a sudden, boom! Hey, I can't use my machine anymore. I got to pay ransomware, or I won't use the machine. You won't be able to use the machine. I lost all my data. Anyways, okay, that's all. Just wanted to have a quick video, and I'm sorry I'm not on there anymore, but I have to get another camera. So anyway, until I get one, thank you. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you need anything. Give me a buzz.